Jonathan Cilia Fairo is an Italian American opera singer who was called the most powerful and passionate living voice by Julio Iglesias Jr. Now, the newest album by Jonathan, Romantico, features 16 of the greatest love songs of all time. And the album highlights Fairo's distinctive fusion of opera and pop, leading audiences through an emotional journey of love songs like never before. This is the album to have to romance your better half. So, with a string of 16 successful albums, 4 inspirational, and 12 crossovers, plus the top selling album in Europe, he continues to deliver his unique blend of musical stylings. Let's welcome the man who sings with passion, power, and emotion, opera singer extraordinaire, Jonathan Cilia Fairo. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing great. I want to kind of step back in time just quickly here. You were born in Sicily. What was it
Yes.
like growing up there?
It was tough back then. The 80s in Sicily wasn't like the 40 in America, just to give you a comparison. And so I grew up in a very humble neighborhood and very tough childhood. But I'm it forged me to be the man I am today.
Well, I understand that at the age of 9, you learned both accordion and piano. Were you raised in a musical family?
No, unfortunately, no. Was a nun teach me how to start to play this instrument, and she discovered the voice I have, and that was my training. She was an amazing person, and again, I own her a lot.
Well, how did you come to discover that you had a voice and that this particular nun actually saw your talent at such a young age?
Yes, I was a very shy kid, and I wasn't not social. I was bullied by a lot of kids. I was very tiny, very skinny, and so my refugee was a room where was a whole piano, a vertical piano, and I was like sitting there hours and hours watching her giving lesson to rich kids, and when the piano was free and I was nobody was around, I was there and try to repeat the lesson I learned from far away. And she walked behind my back and say, "You have talent." And I was singing, and that was my playground.
Well, what did it mean to you for her to tell you that you had talent?
Back then, I'll be honest with you, at 9 years old, you don't understand this stuff. You just, I felt loved by someone. I felt that's why I'm very sensitive to the word romance. It was very a moment of tenderness, and I tell you that none back then were not tender with kids, especially when we were like 74 kids. There was very rigid education, and so for the first time in my life, I felt tenderness, and she started to teach me, and I say, okay, I can do this. I start to sing in weddings and funeral most, and then when people, I remember the first American from Nashville, Tennessee, give me $100, $100 to sing at this funeral. I say, so I sing and I can get paid for do that. That was the clue, the cue that helped me to become who I am today.
Well, I did a little bit of research, and after you recorded your second album, Renashi, you
Yeah.
started a gospel world tour. How did you get introduced to gospel music?
I Another woman from Nashville, Tennessee, donated me two cassette. One was Michael W. Smith cassette. It was a live performing of Michael, and then I start every song sing by Michael W. Smith and Sandy Patty was inspired my heart, and I really loved it. And I found is this inspirational. Say this good music. I mean, this is not music. Really heal my heart. Maybe I can do the same with other people. So I put together the dots, and I put a new song together. I wrote my own song for almost a decade, and Rinasci was the living proof. Was something I had success. 500,000 copies sold of the album, and I wasn't even belong to any major label. I was just self-made man.
Wow. I mean, now you've had the opportunity to sing with Michael W. Smith, correct?
Yes, and
What was
then
it? What was it like meeting him for the first time after getting
oh
those
my God,
cassettes?
when I had the first cassette in my life, and I was a kid, I was dreaming. I said one day I will sing with this man. And 30 years later, here I am. We're friends. We're working, collaborating. Now I'm in tour with his own son, Tyler Michael Smith. So we're gonna be in tour in Italy for like 12 concerts, and it's like I believe that the universe bless people has a good dream.
I completely agree with that. Now I understand that you have a brand new album
Yeah.
called Romantico. Tell us about it.
Romantico is 16 song uh, tell the people my journey from Sicily. So from a love story when I had my first break heart, my first um, crash, and then Godfather, and more I move, there is like a historical geographic story about my music, because then I moved to Switzerland, to France, to Spain. So there is a Spanish song, Besame Mucho, Amapola, She of Charles Nadzavour. There's many other songs representing the worldwide music. So that is a journey I did with myself, with my music, and I put together with 16 songs, thanks to this very sweet man who is believing me so much, and we did produce together this Romantico.
Well, there's a song on there because I kept listening to the album, and ladies and gentlemen, Romantico is the album to have in your music collection. There's a song on there that I love. I'm going to have to try to pronounce this correctly. Incredula Rosa.
Incredula Rosa, yeah.
Love that song. It just fits your voice so perfectly.
Yeah, that song again is another dream become true. There's a songwriter in Italy. He's a jazz songwriter. His name is Sergio Cameriere. He's an amazing man. We born exactly in the same day, 15 November. I'm from 1981. He's from 1961. So we're literally 20 years apart. And and again, another dream. I say one day I would love to performing with this artist. And 20 years later, during pandemic, we met. We start to talk. I say, Jonathan, I have a song maybe fit your vocal cords, and it was a perfect suit for me. And I'm telling you, man, that song really uh, bring people another level of understanding love.
It is a beautiful song, and like I said, it fits your voice perfectly. And I know that you released a single off the album, O
Yes.
Sole Mio. It's Now or Never,
Yeah.
featuring Vanessa Campagna.
Yeah.
Uh, People like Elvis and Luciano Pavarotti, Mario Lanza, Andre Bocelli have all recorded that song. Was there a particular version that you heard first?
Honestly, I went back to Elvis version. I actually was the last concert Elvis made it, and he was. You can see from the video he was exhausted, and say, "Oh, I want to close the concert with one more song." And he dreamed all his life to meet Luciano Pavarotti. And as the story tell us, he was never able to leave America. But I thought in my heart, I say, I want to give a tribute to these two artists. They never met in real life, but since Vanessa, she's American Italian, I'm American Italian. Um, I say, Vanessa, what do you think if we do some a very lovely tribute to these two artists in English and Italian? She, of course, accepted, and we're here to celebrate the most two beloved artists in the world, the King. Elvis and the king of Luciano Pavarotti.
Well, it is an absolutely beautiful rendition
Thank you.
of that song, and Vanessa has such a beautiful voice.
Yeah,
So you have both Vanessa Campagna as well as Veronica Liberati on your album.
yeah.
How would you describe their voices?
Okay, Vanessa, she's the Mediterranean voice. You know, she's very from more south of Italy, and she's very uh, impulsive, but at the same time is very a strong woman personality. Veronica, she's more central Italy, and she has this. I don't know how to define it, but I will tell with the English I have in my knowledge. She's a she's a black voice inside a blondie girl, and that is very unique talent to have for an Italian lady. Is kind of a paradox because Vanessa should have that kind of sound because she raised and born in America, and but instead Veronica, she's raised and born in Roma, Italy, and she had this very surprising voice, very um, gospel sound, very aggressive tone, and I like duet with people challenge my voice.
Who has given you the biggest challenge so far in your career?
Okay, this stuff right now. I mean, Vanessa, Veronica, they're perfect fit for me. But my ideal dream will be Carrie Underwood. I would love to challenge myself with her. Another one, Christina Aguilera's the other dream of mine. Yeah, and if you want a big name, but again, not because they're not big enough, since she's American and Italian too, Lady Gaga will be a very unique duet.
I think all three are absolute perfect choices. I would be very interested to see how your voice works with Carrie Underwood,
Yeah,
but I can definitely hear you and hear Lady Gaga together. That's just a perfect match.
let's from your mouth to God ears.
That's it. Well, Carrie, if you're watching or listening, and Lady Gaga and Christina, here's the man you need to be teaming up with for future duets because I think those are some hit songs in the making, don't you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, listen, I have so many good songs. They will perfectly for us. Again, the world need more real music, a real collaboration. Today we have just we're best for the major label. There's no really real artist out there. Everybody has an agenda. Nobody does art to leave a legacy anymore. So my heart, um, let's say in this way, I want to reinvent a new paint, a new kind of style, and leave a very big mark on this world.
Well, I think you're doing that now, and your album Romantico leads off with Caruso.
Yes.
Uh, and remind me, is that the song that was sung by Mario Lanza? Lanza?
Yes, actually, Caruso, Mario Lanza is much younger than Caruso himself because Caruso was written by Lucio Dalla. He's a contemporary artist. He just we lost him 15 years ago, I guess. And Mario Lanza, I don't think he never sing Caruso. Caruso became very famous in the world for thanks to artists, Luciano Pavarotti and Lara Fabian. Then Josh Groban did another version in the beginning of his career, and then after so many years, I decided to give another version to the world.
See, I love artists like you, and it's a perfect example that you brought up Josh Groban because to have a voice like that enters the pop world or enters the mainstream music world really draws in a whole brand new audience to, well, what I kind of call real music.
Yeah, again, I respect these people for what they done, and because they really help the Italian music to shine more in the world. So I'm only happy to have these people does that to my culture. And the world, we have so many people. There's not even a tiny jealousy between me and these people. They're just more lucky than me because they had a big label behind them. But again, I like boutique music. I like boutique. I'm more like a Ferrari style. Not many. I rather to be a Ferrari than Honda. They sell more cars for sure than Ferrari, but I stay with the quality.
I'm with you on that one. I've got a whole shelf in here full of nothing but Ferraris, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And because music has to be unique,
Yes.
and not everyone who sings, and there's a lot of people who sing well, but to me, you have to deliver the song. You have to sell the song with the voice. I want to hear somebody sing with such emotion that you feel it.
Hmm.
I think that's why everybody can remember a lot of the later songs that, like Elvis
Yeah.
sang. Most well-known opera singers know how to deliver a song in which you feel that emotion, and that's what I love about your brand new album, Romantico, because you hear every song, you feel every song. I even caught myself going back and forth between songs because I'm like, oh, this whole album is great. But to have 16 songs on an album, that's quite a lot. Why did you go to 16 when the average album is like 10 songs?
Because I born with 16 song album, okay, and with my producer Thomas Gramuglia, we thought about one things. To leave a legacy behind you, you need to do something unique. You need to make people worth their money, and you need to respect people buy your music. Uh, Honestly, today, 2023, doesn't cost anymore a fortune to produce an album. Be honest, and people know that. So when you put the price on the album, you need to bless and you need to take care about your customer. Because going back again, I'm a boutique music producer. I want them to remember me for quality. Again, it's not true that CD is not anymore a platform to play music. It's the only way to listen music without interruption. When people play music on Spotify, they get stuck between Instagram, text message, WhatsApp, every form of distraction, and this is why there's not any more attention on music, and people get stressed out. And 90% of the music on social media is a trash music, is a fact. And
Yeah.
like again, just to go back to my love of Lady Gaga. She started with very commercial brand music. Now she has a fantastic show about jazz in Vegas. Is amazing. Again, finally you can see. I'm 42 years old. I'm doing the music I love to do it. So we took 16 songs to go back to your original question, and I said, let's give delivery to the people the best 16 love song in we have right now, because it's a milestone for me. Where to say I'm 42, I released a Romantico. I'm gonna be on tour next year, and I want to make people dream again and fall in love. And 16 song, I've been to this joke. 16 song, you can find one song, you're gonna make a baby with that. So talking about romantic. So we delivered the best we could.
You did. And I agree with every word that you had to say about that because it's true. I mean, even on the side of me over here, I have a turntable.
Hmm.
And if you put vinyl down and you put that needle on that record, you're
Yeah.
going to hear what music is supposed to sound like. And you're right about things like Spotify and Pandora. People pull it up on their computer, and in reality, it's just a backing track to whatever they're doing on their computer. They're not actually paying attention to the voice or certain notes. But when I listened to your album, I mean, I was listening to some of the songs like Love Story,
Yeah,
um, The Prayer. I mean, one of the most famous songs in music is The Prayer. And you did it with such incredible emotion.
yeah,
And I love to sit there, and I like to sit and listen with headphones on so you can just remove all the distractions and just focus on, sometimes you focus on the voice, sometimes you focus on certain instruments in the background. And I picked that up in all of these 16 songs. It's really funny, Jonathan, because it's almost like looking at this album as a greatest hits album.
yeah. That was our goal. And again, the arrangement work was done amazing from Tyler Michael Smith. And I honestly, the dream become true was exactly this album. After, and I screwed up. I screwed up a few albums because again, you're young, you rush, you want to deliver the album, you need to go on tour. And sometimes this happen. And after pandemic, for sure, I discovered to take it easy and to have more time and effort, choose my partner in crime to deliver the best I could. And I'm very grateful. And I hope the people, we're going to go on my website, is jonathancf.com. They can purchase the album. Is shipped directly from me. I'm going to sign every album. Again, my dream to bring back the music in the way it was, records, vinyls, and that will slow down this fast world. We're going too fast, man.
We are now. I listened to your rendition of Parla Pio Piano
Yeah,
in honor of the 50th anniversary of The Godfather. Not only did I listen to the track on your album, I even went to watch the video, the music video that you created for this incredible song and to honor The Godfather.
yeah.
So many thanks to Francis Ford Coppola for directing that incredible film. But your version, so I was sitting there listening to your version. It's so much more passionate as well as very powerful in delivery. And then towards the latter part of the song, then I something caught my ear. I had to go back to listen to the original and then go back to listen to yours, and I heard that there's this tiny bit of rock guitar solo in it, which I loved. Why did you add that in there?
Okay, the guitar is was my moment of uh, is the evil inside of everyone. Okay, there's this sweet of love, and the song, the song talk about this secret love need to be protected by the author. So at a certain point, the guitar was like when I start the second verse, when I get a little bit rocky, parla più piano. I thought, what happened if you somebody touch my my precious love? And with my arranger, I say, Vincenzo, I think we need to put some electric guitar here to give some to make feel people that anger we have inside of us when we lose something we love so much. And then that's why we put this guitar, and the result was pretty awesome, and we like it. Was a little bit. My wife say no, my friends say yes. Somebody else depends the mood, but overall, we agreed about this. We need to protect where we love most, and that require a little bit of aggressivity sometimes.
Well, in the original, it's a string section.
Yeah,
But in yours, what I loved, because even though I was listening to the audio version first, and then I watched the music video, then I understood, like what you just said. When that guitar part comes in, it's more of like there's power, there's anger, there's a little bit of sinisterness
yeah,
to it, but it just brings the whole song home. but at the same time, you completely honored that song for the way that it was exactly written. And that's what I loved your version of it. It is spectacular.
Thank you so much. Also, because I want to give you something very curious. The director of the music video, Sebastiano Rizzo, is a very talented, award-winning, in the movie industry in Italy. He say, let's don't put the cat, let's put a dog. Okay, let's don't smoke a cigarette, smoke a cigar. So we kind of develop, where will be the Godfather in 2023. So what is the Godfather today? So that's why we put a lot of Italian little flavor, because everything was shot in America, in New York, and they never shot in Roma. In fact, the video was we shot in Roma, but we went to Corleone where they shot the original movie, with the drone, all the drone image. So we're very proud of this job, because I tell you this, on Instagram, when we released the track, even Francis Ford Coppola liked the video on Instagram. For me, it was a big surprise. And again, it's not a stereotype. It's just who we are. We are passionate.
Exactly. And I was really surprised. Well, in a way, with the way that your album Romantico starts and then the way that it ends, I think every song, like you said, you placed it in order to tell a story.
Yeah.
And those who take time to sit down, remove all of the distractions, and listen to every of all of the 16 songs from beginning to end, there is a journey to follow along with. And I think it's just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Now,
And
who is
again,
your. Yo, go ahead.
no, no, I want to tell you, by the way, my show, the live show, is actually resembling the album. So even the order I put the song. So when you go to see my show live in a theater, it's like play. That's what I thought. When people play these CDs, I want them to listen 16 tracks, connect one each other with a loss, with a story, with a connection, with a purpose. So people can feel like, okay, this is like a show that has a chronological development of it. So this is why we chose exactly 16, because exactly the time you're gonna see me live to listen to the show.
Well, I love that. Now, who happens to be, besides you, your favorite opera singer?
My favorite opera singer, again, is very easy bet, but of course Luciano Pavarotti, who's still the Italian. I am the exactly Italian who Pavarotti was. He, personality. We love people. We are not stuck up. We don't feel the fame. We don't seeking for the fame, because we do what we do because nobody can do better than us. That is the thing. And again, if there is someone that does better than us, we promote them. We are not, because I cannot touring the world on my own. I can only do one CD every 2 days. So if there is someone like me, God bless him, I will love to support my colleagues. But if you will talk about today, the best voice representing Italy right now, and I cheer for my is Ambrogio Maestri, Lucio Gallo. They're amazing opera singers, amazing, and they're baritones, okay, and they're amazing people. Leila Martinucci, she's amazing soprano. I studied with her father, and is a big legacy. Nicola Martinucci is a great tenor. Is 5 feet like me, and again, Luciano Pavarotti was already 5'8". So imagine we all that power in a little body is kind of impressive. So, and again, there is so many, but again, for sure, some who made a big mark in my life was Nicola Martinucci, for sure, because he's my same size. So I was afraid, because I said I'm not big like Luciano Pavarotti. I will never make it. And then he teach me and self-confident first, and then he say you don't need to be big to be powerful. And that when I invest my study, um, to because the instrument was here. I just now to put enough work out to make this become the best I could, and I'm very glad I successfully did it.
You have done it. And so, what is next for Jonathan Cilia Fairo?
Next will be a world tour. I'm planning to have a world tour. We're choosing very careful our booking agent promoters. So it's very challenging because nobody want to work anymore. Everybody's the best until they have a big name. But I'm looking for a young entrepreneuring promoters and agents who really want to leave a mark in history. And again, I don't leave it for worse for what was done in the past. I don't leave that. I mean, the past is the past. I am focusing on what I can do today. I'm gonna have a tour in Europe starting in November 24th with Tyler Michael Smith and his wife Sarah, two amazing Christian artists. And I wish to I will send you something over. And then again, I gonna touring. I have another special TV I gonna shoot next year, and there's a lot going on. And again, everyone interested in my career, they can follow me on my social media, on my website, jonathancf.com, and I'm very happy to share everything I do with you guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Cilia Fairo is an incredible entertainer who brings both joy and tears to his audience. Now, Jonathan can achieve his magic in any environment as his show takes his audience on a musical journey and holds them spellbound from the first moment he steps on the stage until his last note is sung. So to learn more about Jonathan, go to jonathancf.com to purchase his music, watch his music videos, and check on his tour dates, as you've got to see Jonathan in person. Now, his new album, Romantico, is out now, and it is a must-have for any music lover. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what I always say on this program. You buy the music. You support your favorite artist. You buy the merch, and you buy the concert ticket, because music makes memories, and it's music that makes the world go around. And Jonathan Cilia Fairo's voice is making this world turn in a whole new way, because he's bringing us back what real music is supposed to be. We're supposed to feel it, we're supposed to live it, and it is supposed to make memories for each and one of us. And his music does that right now. Jonathan, I want to thank you so much for spending time with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, again, head over to jonathancf.com. Get the brand new album, Romantico, 16 of the most incredible love songs, well, in the history of music. And not only bless yourself with that, but also bless your better half. And again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I'll see you next time.